Well, this week marks the annual gathering in northern Italy of faith leaders and lay people. The high-profile event even received a message from Pope Francis. The Catholic Movement of Communion and Liberation sponsors the six-day event. It features discussions on cultural, religious, and political issues important to the faithful. The Holy Father sent his message to mark the 44th annual Rimini Meeting. Joining us now from Rome is Jonathan Lidl, senior editor at the National Catholic Register. Jonathan, great to be with you again. So tell us more about what the Holy Father said to the attendees at the Rimini meeting. And is it common for the Pope to send a message to the gathering?
Yeah, Tracy, so it's not just common for the Pope to send a message every year to the Rimini meeting, but past popes have even attended. John Paul II attended in 1982, and the future Benedict XVI, Joseph Ratzinger, attended in 1990. So this is an event that is very significant in the eyes of the Church. In terms of Pope Francis's message this year, he really celebrated the meeting's theme on human friendship. He said that we're in a moment of division and conflict in the world. And so not only the theme of the meeting, but even the event itself is really a source of this culture of encounter that he believes is part of the solution. So definitely high praise from the Pope.
Yeah, and I know you were there for several days. Talk to us a little bit more about that, the event, and what were some of the highlights?
Yeah, well, the Rimini meeting, it's really a kind of, it's a one-of-a-kind event. So it's put on by Communion and Liberation, a Catholic movement, but it's really inspired by this desire to see Christ in all of reality. So it pulls in people not only from the Church, but from some of the biggest names in Italian and European politics, culture, and business. So some of the highlights, I would say, were definitely Cardinal Matteo Zuppi, who is Pope Francis's special envoy for peace in Ukraine, speaking. And even just yesterday, actually, Sergio Mattarella, who is the president of Italy, spoke as well. So obviously, with big speakers like this, it draws quite a crowd. 80,000 people come out and attend this event in person over the course of the week. And also a lot of press coverage as well. So it's really, I would say, one of the biggest stages in Italian culture.
Yeah, and I know last Sunday, during the first day of the meeting, discussion turned to American Dorothy Day, who, of course, is a 20th century socialist turned Catholic worker who is now a servant of God. Jonathan, tell us, what was said about that and why this could be really important.
Yeah, well, I think because Rimini, as we just said, is such a big stage in Italian culture, to have Servant of God Dorothy Day, whose process of canonization is now being reviewed in Rome, to have her featured is a really big deal. She was really highlighted as a model of this kind of Christian friendship and really a witness to the truth of the gospel. So interestingly, the presentation on Dorothy Day coincided with Pope Francis writing the preface of a new translation of one of her autobiographical works that was just released. And I actually talked to people at the event who told me the idea to feature Dorothy Day at Rimini actually came from the Vatican. So there's a clear sense that Dorothy Day has a lot of favor from Pope Francis and Rome and may be well on her way towards canonization, with a bit of a pit stop at the Rimini meeting.
Jonathan, we have probably 30 seconds left or so, but anything else you want to share with us about Rimini?
Yeah, well, I would encourage people in the U.S. This movement's put on by Communion and Liberation. And there's actually something similar we have at home in New York City every February called the New York Encounter. It's much smaller scale, but a beautiful opportunity to come out and see how the impact of the incarnation and how the Christian life should make us engage with reality more fully and really embrace truth, goodness, and beauty wherever we can find it. So check that out this coming February in Manhattan.
All right, sounds wonderful. Jonathan, great to be with you. We appreciate it. God bless.